welcome back to the second part of the Spotlight on Berbers mod here. And today we're going to pretty much go over everything that's left in the mod. So let's start off with some NPCs here. There's actually not very many, and if my scroll wheel would work, it'd be great. So we have the Savage Souls here. There's a Corruption and a Hollow version. They only show up in hard mode. And basically they can phase through blocks and they just run into you. That's their attack pattern. I'd bring a couple of them out, but I'm neither Corruption nor Hollow right now, so they leave. But the cool thing about these is when you kill one, you are guaranteed to drop either a Soul of Night or a Soul of Light. That's definitely a plus. Next we have the Hellfire Owl. Boop. Boop. Who apparently can fly through single thickness blocks. Okay, that works, I guess. This is sorry, new enemy from hell in hard mode. You can see there he just dropped feathers, so definitely a good way to get it. The owls make getting feathers a whole lot easier, and there's more than just him. Next though we have the Meteor Chaser. This is a hard mode meteorite biome enemy. And basically, it's just a faster, more persistent meteor head. I'm on God mode right now, so he's ignoring me. But basically, they just try to slam into you as hard as they can, and they do quite a bit of damage, so don't let them touch you. It does make them easier to defeat, though, than the meteor snipers. The snipers tend to stay a certain distance away from you and just shoot you. Not fun at all. And there he goes. Bye. Next after that, we have the Michael Bay Zombie, who is a solar eclipse enemy, so hard mode only. But when he moves, he launches little grenades everywhere. So, remember the kamikaze belt? That's what you get him off of. It's him. After that, we have the Money Owl. Randomly shows up. It's a rare spawn during hard mode. But these guys, have a lot of hit points, 1,000 hit points. That's going to take a little bit here. But you can see there, it dropped 49 gold coins, 40 silver, 94 copper. Excellent way to make money in hard mode. If you're going to be reforging items and stuff like that, hunt those guys down. Green owls. Best friend. Spooky books. These are also hard mode. Pretty much they spawn just about anywhere, really. They've only got 50 hit points. They do damage by running into you. And they drop different rare books, which we'll get to in a moment here. They can wreak havoc if they get in with your NPC housing. I've had that happen before. But other than that, they're not too terribly threatening unless you get cornered or surprised. After that, Frost Owl. These guys actually start in normal mode. They are mainly, well, actually, they only show up in the ice biomes, but they drop ice blocks when you kill them. And they also have a chance to drop the night vision goggles, which is nice. Ice cubes. Boop. Basically, think oversized frost slime that also drops ice blocks. And of course, I closed this down. So yeah, that was a mistake. And then we have lava mites. Bye. They drop something called a life preserver, which isn't. It's a consumable item. Tactically used, it's great. Mother bees. These things are the bane of your existence in normal jungle. You know, pre-hard mode jungle anyway. As you can see, they actually summon little bees, which I'm on God mode right now, so it's kind of confusing the AIs a bit. But they drop bee nades, they drop stingers. So, yeah, it's definitely... Let's throw those. They're definitely interesting enemies. Okay, apparently there's still one more bee around that I didn't know about. Regular owls, they show up at night. One of the more common night enemies, actually. And not great for money, but they do drop night vision goggles. Night slimes. You ever run out of torches in the middle of the night? And you have no gel to make more? Well, these guys are how you get that. without looking for the zombie with the slime on his head, right? And then pinatas. These guys show up after you break the first meteorite. So basically, actually, or maybe after a goblin invasion, after the invasion. That's what it is. So after you kill your first, army of goblins, you get these guys. Randomly spawn pretty much anywhere, I've noticed. Definitely on the surface more often, though. And they always drop red and blue dust. And a different, I won't say weapon, but it's not always weapon. And actually a decent amount of money. 5 silver off that guy. So now let's get into some of the items and the weapons and stuff. Let's start with this chest. Let's see, we have the first aid kit, which you can buy from the pharmacist NPC. And let's see, bottles not included, yeah. What this guy does is, after you've beaten the requisite number of bosses and whatnot, he sells the flowers to make potions out of. For cheap, too. Like, silver.5 for Day Bloom, $2.75 for Blink Root, all the way up to $8.50 for Fire Blossom. Alright. Pretty reasonable prices, really. He also sells things like Clarification Potion, the First Aid Kit, which I'll get ready to use in a second here. Bottled Honey, yay, what to do there, and Lifesavers. Something that's also dropped by the lava mice I just showed you. Provides invincibility for 30 seconds. It does give you potion sickness, though, so you can only use one every minute. So you're invincible half the time. It doesn't count for things, though, like fall damage. Fall damage will still kill you. But versus enemies, you're fine. You know how you kind of blink a little bit after you've been hit? You're basically stuck like that for 30 seconds. So they just can't even interact with you. It's great. Clarification Potions. Remove all debuffs. Except for potion sickness. It will not touch that. Now, the first aid kits. There is something a little interesting with these. These guys, you have to click it to use it, and it restores 120 hit points. If you have one in your inventory, do not use the heal hotkey. It will go away after one use. Nasty surprise, and it's 10 gold, so it's an expensive nasty surprise. Maybe not so much late game, but by the time you first get one, it's a nasty surprise. So there's that. Now we have the books that are dropped. There's one more book that's not here, but it's dropped by the Spooky Books. Combat Guide. Reads combo skills for warriors. What this does, if it's equipped, is it'll allow you to start a chain of combos whenever you damage something with a melee weapon. Fun idea, isn't it? Force Field. Spawns protective circle around the player. Boom. So now I got this nice little bubble here. Thing is, it's not really a protective circle. It's more like a damaging circle. I haven't really noticed that you take less damage or anything while this is up, but anything that hits you will get hit by this first. That's a given. Survival Guide reads how to heal mid-battle. Get hit gives you a life regeneration effect. Book of Translation translates mana into life. I haven't really had a whole lot of success with this one. And actually, let's go ahead to here. Let's drop my life down to like nothing. Okay, there we go. And 5 mana to 1 life. Awesome. It's not the best heal, but if you're doing a melee or ranged and you never use mana for anything, it's free mana or free life. Ammo Reservation Spell. It's an accessory that 20% chance not to consume ammo. Well, you do this and a few other things, and you can knock your ammo use chance down to almost nothing. Especially if you like using a Mega Shark. 50% chance not to use ammo already, then you add that, that's another 20%, that's 70% chance. Pretty good. The Tome of Souls. Now this has to be activated from your hotbar, you cannot use it from the inventory. But what this does, let me get rid of the Force Field real quick, which Force Field lasts for 5 minutes, by the way, is... Have you ever had a hardcore character and you die, and you turn into this little ghosty thing that can fly around? That's what it does. Certain buffs will stay active while you're like this, but things like a Shine Potion won't. So you can go down here and you can't see anything, unfortunately, because there's no light. So it's not extremely useful for exploring the entire map. And you can't even access like the escape menu or anything like this. It's just all you have access to down here is settings. But deactivate to return to human form. Boom. But you can use that to phase through blocks and whatnot. And so on and so forth. It's a multi-use item, but for very specific things. One thing that works great is if you go through and you're like doing an invasion, like a moon event, and you're getting hammered and can't take it anymore, pop that and just wait for the moon event to get over with. And you're done. You don't have to worry about it. Nothing can hurt you. And now, I'm not going to summon these guys, but these are summoning items. And they hang around for 5 minutes. And there's not an easy way to get rid of them. But they each offer multiple different things. And actually, let me go here and do it this way in the recipe book. Alright, first we have the Flight Orb. 5 hello bars, 20 souls of flight. Boosts flight liftoff time, speed, and horizontal agility. Lasts for 5 minutes. And this is not consumed by this, by the way. You just have to renew it every 5 minutes. And this little ball, it flows around like a minion. This dramatically increases all of those stats. Right, dramatically. If you're trying to do, like say you're trying to do something finicky building-wise, and you want to move like one block at a time, don't use it. Just don't. It's great for moving fast. It's not so good for trying to do very small, precise things. But like in a fish run fight, this is amazing because he can't keep up with you. Fright Orb. 5 hello bars and 20 souls of fright. Boosts the player's magic damage, mana, crit rate, mana regen, and reduces mana cost. Lasts for 5 minutes. You get all those buffs from this one thing. And it hangs around for 5 minutes. Runs out, you use it again. Light Orb. 20 souls of light, 5 hello bars. Boosts player's life regen, summoner damage, and knockback. Life and max minion count. This is definitely a good thing for a summoner to have. I mean, use all those, especially the life regen. Summoner armor, the defense is so low, it's a joke half the time. This will help you survive. Might Orb. 20 souls of might, 5 hello bars. Boosts the player's melee damage, speed, knockback, and crit rate. All things that are wonderful for a melee character, right? Night Orb. Summons an orb that launches projectiles at enemies. Basically a little flying turret. 20 souls a night, 5 hello bars. And then the Sight Orb. 20 souls of sight. You noticing a pattern yet? Boosts the player's range damage and crit rate, as well as critical damage. Max 1 orb back at a time, so you only get one of these sets buffs going. But, I mean, it's great for rangers, right? Right, that's all excellent stuff. So we've covered everything in that chest now. Here's the consumables. Now, remember these 2 dusts here, the red and the blue dust? Those drop from pinatas. Well, after you beat a pinata, I believe you can also get them from herb here. Nope, actually I think you actually have to beat the invasion first, which I'm not going to do, that'll take too long. But you can also buy duplicator dust from him. When Bruno's unmodified potion, it'll copy it. Now, red dust lengthens the effect of any potion you mix it with. Blue dust intensifies the effect. Some of the things that this can do are amazing. I'm just going to show off the shine potion. If you watch my LP, I use these all the time. Alright, see all this darkness here at the bottom of the screen? Be gone. Okay, my map's all jinkety again. There we go. Let's see, let's go here. And we'll just dig. Oh yes, I'm using the nanite armor still, so I have insane dig speed as well. But you can see... Oh, I have no wings, do I? Dang it. Alright, give me some wings so I can get out of this hole. Let's go just... Harpy. But you can see how on my mini-map there... Alright. I need a hook apparently too. Jeez. I dug down a lot further than I wanted to, I guess. Alright, let's try this again now. But yeah, you can see here on the map, instead of having just like this little light area around the tunnel, I've got an entire screen width of things that it's shown me. So if you're looking for something in particular, different ores or gem pockets or anything else, because there's a lot of times there's going to be like 1 or 2 gems. Well, if you're looking for something in particular, this is the way to do it. Let's see, what else? And these will also work on the elixirs. Or not the elixir. What is it? Things from the imbuing station. The different flasks and whatnot. These will work on those as well. So that's definitely something to remember. Let's see, spawner orb. I'll cover that towards the end. These are one of the best items in the game now. Okay, pulse grenade and fragmentation grenades. I would love to see sticky versions of these, like their sticky versions of regular grenades. So, hint hint. But frag grenades. Throw one out. Oop, what did they just blow up? You notice there that, oh, hey look. Throw it out, and when it blows up, it launches 2 smaller projectiles. Pulse grenade. Okay. Let's get an enemy in. We'll be able to take that hit. Jungle slime. Alright. Pulse grenade. Oh. Kind of from what it looks like there, aerial denial weapon almost. Where it goes off, we now have, this basically electromagnetic field. That anything touches it gets hurt. So it's a grenade that sticks around for a while and keeps on giving. Sun button. I'm going to skip around a little bit here, but press the button to change the time. Look, it's nighttime. Now it's daytime. Shifts at exactly 12 hours. Rain button. Toggles the weather on and off. I'm not going to bother with that. I just don't like rain a whole lot. Here's lifesavers. I can probably just pitch those. Chaos pearls. Teleports the user to the location of the pearl upon tile collision. Basically, where it lands, you will end up. Whoop. They fly funny. They have a good arc, and also they just stop and fall. That's about the only downside to them. They don't go very far. But if you're trying to get to like a ledge out of jumping range, you don't have a hook or something on you, they're great. Now, the different throwable potions here. These are sold by the Witch Doctor after various conditions have been met, like hard mode, defeat Plantera, so on and so forth. But we have Confusion, which is basically the Nanites effect, Cursed Flames Potion, Fire Potion, Ichor, Midas, which makes so they drop more gold when they die, Poison, and Slow. But basically, they're... just think... yeah, basically, they're splash potions. Easy way to put it. They don't bounce, they detonate exactly where they hit, and they do their various effect on anything there, plus they do damage, so... 33, 36 I think is the highest from Cursed Flame. Yeah, so like 25 to 36 damage. And they're relatively cheap, actually. I mean, 1,000 of them would be 20 gold of the Midas potions. So that's not too bad at all. Ascension Potion. This is kind of a fun one. Say you're looking for floating islands whenever, like say pre-hard mode, no wings or anything like that. Just pop an Ascension Potion, and you will rise for 8 seconds. Which may not seem like a whole lot of time, but it accelerates when you get into lower gravity. And then it'll give you a 30-second immunity to fall damage. Right, and here's our wonderful floating island. So you can get back down easily. And Ascension Potions are actually relatively cheap to make. So... and you can do extended and intensified versions of them. But the recipe for it is a feather and 3 energy. Well, energy you get from meteor heads. So when you're out there cleaning up meteors or, harvesting it for the ore or whatever, you're going to get energy for free pretty much. And you don't get enough, 1 Pollen Star, 1 gel equals 1 energy. So definitely a plus, right? Cheap and easy. Bloodlust Potion. Basically, you throw some Ebonstone or Crimstone, into a bottle of water at a potion station, you get a Bloodlust Potion. The next night that falls will be a blood moon. Guaranteed. No more waiting around. I would love to see this, like if you make a blue version of it, like an intensified version, but instead of it making the effect stronger, removes all chance of there being a blood moon. That'd be pretty cool. The Clarification Potion, which I've shown you from the, I keep on calling him an alchemist. No, he's a pharmacist. Eclipse Seal Potion. Basically, this is just, I think it's just hallowed bars. Eclipse. Eclipse Seal Potion is 5 hallowed bars in a bottle of water. Or you can extend it, which the extended just makes it last for 24 minutes. So it means the next, basically, 2 days will be eclipses. Not a bad idea, really, actually, because, well, hallowed bars, you only have to make one, though. And you can duplicate the hell out of it with purple powder. But yeah, it makes it so that the next day, solar eclipse. Excellent for hard mode. You can only do it after you beat a mechanical boss, though. It's the only downside. But really, mechanical bosses are usually easier to deal with than a full-blown solar eclipse. Jumping Potion. Increased jump height and speed. Oh, I got wings on. Whoops. So yep, that's pretty much... I would like wearing like the slime leggings or something from this mod. A little bit better than a balloon. And it frees up an accessory slot, which makes it even more important. Now, let's see. Summoner Spheres. You can buy these guys from the merchant, I believe it is. The regular vanilla merchant. It's been added to the store. And basically, it summons an orb to protect the player, max 3 orbs active at a time. Each of the basic orbs capable of landing 25 hits, and then they go away. Well, you can also upgrade these guys. Like, say, a Venom Orb. Summons an orb that applies venom to enemies. The actual, like, from the Flask of Venom, the hard mode poison, pretty much. Excuse me. And these ones are capable of landing 80 hits. Nanite Orbs. Upgraded with nanites. Causes confusion. Lightkeeper Orb. Summons an orb that provides a player with mana. Lasts for 3 minutes. You can have 2 of these going at once. Basically, it's just like a... Well, I'll just do this. And you see it shoots little lights, or lights at me. Seeking bolts, by the way. And you just watch all the numbers just rack up for mana. Excellent, right? Ichor Orb. Basically a way to inflict Ichor on your enemies without having to worry about it. Hyper Orb. Very fast-moving sphere. Basically it summons a Summoner Spear, but it moves faster, so it's better at chasing enemies down. And Cursed Orb. Cursed Flames. Easy enough, right? Names are all very self-descriptive. And let's see. Just search up Orb. And they're all really cheap to make. Summoner Sphere, 5 Cursed Flames, gets you a Cursed Orb. Cogs, get you the Hyper Orb, Ichor for Ichor. Light Keepers, either 2 mana crystals or 10 stars. So that one can get a little spendy. Nanites, or Venom is actually Spider Fangs. Oh, that's cool. Because I was thinking Venom would be actually like the vial of Venoms you can get from the Witch Doctor. But I guess not. And go ahead and cancel that jump buff. The only downside is these guys don't have a buff of their own up here, which means you can't cancel them, but at the same time it means they don't take up a buff slot. And if you run enough mods, you need every buff slot you can get. Or if you're using these orbs. And now we have single-use magic weapons. The blasts, I believe, are the ones you can buy from the... also the merchant, I believe. And cast a bolt of magic that explodes multiple times. You can enhance these with blue dust to make them even stronger. So it's a consumable that also takes mana. So definitely fun to play with. Well, you can also somewhat upgrade them, like go with Flame, Frost Flame for Frost Fire, Flame for regular fire, Intoxicate for poison, Pierce, slow-moving bolt that pierces enemies, which it's really not that slow. I mean, it might be a little hard to lead your targets, Like, say you have a goblin invasion on flat ground, though. I mean, that'd be great, because it would just punch right through them. And then speed. Cast an aerodynamic bolt of energy that moves fast. Which makes it a lot easier to lead targets. Definitely tell you that much. 22 magic damage. Actually, this is pretty good. And, like, let's see, let's go... Speed. How do you make it? 3 energy at a furnace. To make 1. So it's really not that expensive either. I mean, farm meteors for a while, you're golden. Do that. Here's some boss drops and whatnot. And this is actually going to tie right into the first chest I skipped over. Blank staff. You make these 12 iron bars to 12 lead bars. One or the other at an anvil. Blank staff. Doesn't have any powers, it says. Well, there's a whole bunch of drops you can get from the different bosses that will make your staff have powers. You know, brain from the Brain of Cthulhu, creepers from the little eyeballs, eye tooth from the eye of Cthulhu, hungries from the hungry on the wall flesh, hunk of flesh from the wall itself, laser eye from retinazer, leftover leeches from, I believe, the little leech things that come out of the wall's mouth whenever they're coming after you, metal tooth from Spaz, power worm from the destroyer, slime ball from the king slime, sparrow serpent from the eye of Cthulhu, and unholy worm from the eater of worlds, right? Well, you can take all those things and you can make wonderful weapons, like a ret laser staff. I kind of mix these up a bit. Skull staff. You can make that with a skull and a metal staff. Got to put that in there, but Skeletron drops skulls 100%. Well, combine that with staff, you get skull staff, which fires basically a little mini dungeon guardian. Zooms out and comes back. Pierces walls. Piercing magic weapons. Amazing, right? Retinazer. Fires a retinazer that shoots lasers ahead of himself as he goes. The destroyer staff. Shoots a little worm guy that fires lasers. And he goes back and forth a couple times. If you don't have a really good computer, I would not recommend spamming that one. Let's just start tossing these so I don't confuse them. Let's see, what else was there? The worm staff. It's from the Eater of Worlds, right? And boom, that's pretty much it. But as early of a boss as the Eater is, it's a piercing magic weapon, for God's sakes. And it actually says, spawns a piercing worm. Now, the obvious upgrade to that one, though, is... Oh, where am I? One. There it is. Leech staff. I'm blind. This guy spawns a leech that saps health. Heals you whenever he damages something. And he kind of goes back and forth a little bit. He goes out and out. Hurt something, you gain a life from it. It's definite help. Brain staff. Spawns a brain that flies around, right? And it will summon smaller blood cells, you know, to do damage whenever there's actually enemies around. There's no enemies right now because they're annoying as hell. Charger staff. There's the Spaz staff. He does this 6 times. Oh no, that's the Charger staff is the Eye of Cthulhu. He only does it 3 times. Where is the Spaz staff now? Oh, well, the Hungry staff. Let's go here for now. This is an actual summoned weapon. Spawns a hungry that clings to enemies and saps health from them. Meaning, heals you. Fun, right? The wall staff is the magic weapon you get from the hunk of wall flesh. This is how you clear rooms. It's a wall basically focused on whatever direction your cursor is. And yeah, it's not terrific damage, it's 27 magic damage. But it hits everything on the screen. You just can't say no to that. Let's see. Do I not have the spasm staff? I don't even know what to call that. I feel horrible right now. I forgot. That's retinazer. There we go. The spasm staff. Yeah, he goes 6 times. And again, piercing. You can't say no to piercing weapons. Slime ball stab. King slimes drop. What this does is it'll hover right here. Anything that goes through that takes damage. Holy crap! I don't know which shot that was, but I just had something go far enough out that it broke a queen bee chrysalis. Wow. So let's try out some of our other stuff here. I think our little pharmacist guy's gonna die. Now let's get the railgun, mega laser, party pulse, because that's always a fun weapon, right? A problem solver. The Legia bow, crossbow, which I'll put there. And let's get the party rifle out first. So a party rifle. This is a common drop from pinatas. Doesn't really do a whole lot of damage, but it does fire 2 bullets at once. And actually has a pretty fast, actually, rate of fire, but it's, like I said, low damage. Crossbow. This is a craftable weapon. It's supposed to have more knockback than the musket. However, you're gonna die. Yep, there you go. Can't really tell because I'm fighting enemies that don't take knockback. Let's put this here, and we'll just get rid of those bees hovering over top me. Okay, crossbow. She's far enough up that the damage numbers aren't showing up. Sawed-off shotgun. This is sold by the weaponsmith in hard mode, right? It's not a terrific weapon damage-wise. It's pretty crappy, actually. 7 damage. But it fires... I don't even know how many shots at once. I think... Oh, it says... How was it? Shoots twice in succession, very low accuracy. So I imagine it's like a double boomstick. The eye gun. This is dropped by Demon Eyes. And homing magic weapon. Not exactly great damage, but seeing as you can get this your first night, and you know it's an actual homing weapon, pretty handy. There we go. Try to get all those bees. Railgun. One of my favorite weapons, actually. Point and click. Or point and shoot. Pretty much instantaneous beam. It's got a really slow rate of fire, unfortunately. But does excellent damage. It does untyped damage. So that's good and a bad thing. The bad is you don't get actual damage specific, or damage type specific bonuses. But the good news is, like, say you're doing, there's a couple summoner challenges out there where you can't use anything but summon weapons and weapons that do untyped damage. Well, boom, here you go. 53 damage, right? And actually, it's really easy to make. It is 15 meteorite bars, 12 energy. Odds are, while you're getting enough meteorite for that, you're getting 12 energy. Mega laser. This is the upgrade to the railgun, which you can say goodbye to your frames if you're not careful. It is a magic weapon, but the problem is kind of the particles used. It's not kind to slower computers, or in my case, my computer while I'm recording. But fires constant beam, 13 mana. It will drain your mana fast, unfortunately. Let's see, let's just go ahead and look that up. Mega Laser is railgun, 20 souls of fright, 10 hallowed bars. All in all, pretty good. Party pulse. This is probably the weakest weapon in the game, actually. Just based on just the numbers for damage. This does a whole whopping 1 magic damage. No knockback, very fast speed. Thing is it actually fires several shots at once. I mean, what you're doing about 20-ish damage per salvo. It's actually pretty damn good. And it's... Go hunting for pinatas. It sells for 2 gold apiece. It's great before hard mode. The Legia bow. Something you make yourself. It's actually really stupid easy to make. Legia bow is 2 lead bows or 2 iron bows and an anvil. Makes it special. Shoots 2 arrows at once. Alright, guys. You stupid bees. Alright. And it does auto-fire too, by the way. So, that is another bonus, and it's, point towards... Wow, I had radiant arrows for a second there. So, and each dual shot only actually takes 1 arrow. So it's definitely a bonus, right? Stupid easy to make, and if nothing else, it sells for almost 2 gold apiece. The Problem Solver. This is a post-Plantera weapon. Sold by the weaponsmith. 27 damage. Seems pretty low for post-Plantera, right? Fully auto shotgun. Demonic beekeeper, that's actually not too bad. Yeah, fully auto shotgun. You can't argue with that. Auto shotgun, crossbow can go. BD8s can go. Keep that for random stuff, I guess. I still can't believe that something actually broke the queen bee crystals from that far away. Alright, what do we have left in the chest of goodies here? Alien Blade, Radiant Blade, Party Blade, Laser Gun, the Head Bubble. That's actually an equipable item, so I probably should cover that last episode, but this is dropped from pinatas. Doubles breath time underwater, lightens gravity on the player. Oh, I have stupid wings on it still. So, you can see, increases height and decreases fall speed. And prevents fall damage. Downside, you have no hair when you're wearing it. Yeah, that's not the only downside, actually. I'll get to those in a second. Corruptoid and Crimsoid spawners are rare drops. Minions, pretty much. But yeah, rare drops in hard mode. Respective biomes. The Flacco is rare drop from the Frost Queen. Cool. You have a Berserk Ninja Star Snowflake that wants to kill everything around you. That summon actually goes away on time. Some of the other ones don't. Heaven's Fury. This is the one book I was talking about that the spooky book drops I haven't gone over yet. Basically a spammable Star Fury. Severely spammable Star Fury. 38 damage, 7 mana. As long as you're not in a cave, with a small, short ceiling, you're fine. I mean, it does excellent. Peanut Butter. It's the last thing dropped by the... Well, second to last thing dropped by the pinatas. A 14 summon damage minion. And once he gets hold of something, this thing hangs on pretty damn good, too. The last thing dropped by the pinata was the Party Blade. I wish this thing actually had a sell price. Because otherwise you get it and you pretty much just throw it away. It's got excellent reach or range on it. Only does 6 melee damage. It is insanely fast. Basically, as fast as you can click, you're swinging. And it spews confetti everywhere. That's awesome. I wish it was auto swing though. That would actually make this weapon worth using. As it is, you're going to wear your mouse button out trying to kill things at 6 damage. It's just the downside. Rune Staff, let's grab that too. Golden Hook. Alright. So, Golden Hook. What this does is any enemy it passes through on the way back, it will grab hold and pull to you. It's a rare drop from pirates, like between a 1 to 5% chance depending on the pirate mob. Which, hell, it sells for gold. If nothing else, it's extra money. But it is a ranged melee weapon. Basically, as you can tell, it follows the kind of the boomerang AI for projectiles. So it's not horrible. But not great either, and could suck in hard mode if you grab hold of the wrong thing and pull it into your face. So yeah, it's fun to play with. I'm not sure exactly how serious a weapon it is, but it's definitely a fun weapon. Alien Blade. Alright. 17 damage, very fast speed, it's weak, not auto swing. Steals mana from monsters. Alright, let's just look up. Oh, Blade. Makes it a little easier, right? So, 12 meteorite, 10 energy. Again, you're probably going to get the energy while mining the meteorite. If not, just hang on a little longer. Now, in hard mode, you can upgrade it to the Radiant Blade. Of course, 15 souls of might, 25 more energy, and, of course, the Alien Blade. Now, the Radiant Blade is a lot faster, looks cooler, definitely give it that, auto swings, and heals the player 1/8 of damage dealt, with insane knockback and 54 melee damage. It's a non-having to dick around getting key mold vampire knives. The trade-off is it doesn't shoot projectiles. The bonus is you don't have to farm in the Crimson for God knows how long to get your vampire knives. Let's put that up there too. Problem solver, okay. Yep, upgraded that. Truffle Gun. This is a magic weapon. Fires glowing mushrooms at home and on enemies. Now this thing actually had something funny happen earlier. These projectiles will keep going no matter what until they bounce a certain number of times. Yeah, it's like they bounce 3 times and then the 4th impact they disappear. Well, I fired one off at just like the perfect angle. I swear there's like a large tree on the left and then something on the right. It was taking like 4 or 5 minutes each way. So I'm sitting there and just setting up and everything like that, and all of a sudden I just have a truffle just go floating past the screen. Yeah, it was about that height, I think, actually. But it's a homing magic weapon. This is sold, I believe, by the it's a truffle NPC, of course, actually. Post Plantera, I want to say, or is it Post Golem? One of the two. 7 mana, 17 magic. Not great. But A, the shots bounce. B, they home. And C, they last forever. See, there we go. Hi. The Rune Staff. This is a rare drop from the Rune Wizards that you run into in hard mode. Those assholes. Now, first of all, it sells for 6 gold. That's worth it right there, right? 45 magic damage. It fires off a soul of envy, fury, and power per swing. It takes 50 mana, though. But you're getting 3 45 damage shots out of it. And envy steals mana from enemies. That's definite plus, right? Fury has half the strength, but is faster, and then power has the highest attack power. Go figure, right? And then, similar vein, we have the laser gun. This is a almost super rare drop from the Meteor Snipers. 3 magic damage, 76 critical strike chance. Speed very fast, no knockback, 4 mana per shot. Right, so again, it's not too frame friendly, but then again, it doesn't really have to be. I mean, if your shots stop after a certain point, I mean, I lost like 3 frames per second doing that. If they keep going for God knows how far, then you end up with just too many projectiles in your world, and Terraria is a very unhappy camper. But yeah, Rune Staff. Too fast to see, but yeah, you can see it's actually regenerating the mana for me. And you can just keep up this, I mean, yeah, it's going to town. So let's actually say King Slime. Dead. That was actually pretty fun. Oh, I actually got a trophy off him. Wow. Usually I can't do that to save my life. Spawner orb for slimes. Yes. Time to go over spawner orbs. What these things are... Actually, I'm going to close that out. There we go. So you have this wonderful item here, right? It says slimes, right? Spawns NPCs at random. And then it'll show you what kind of, or what NPC class it is. Instead of there being one for each individual slime, it's just slimes depending on the conditions. You'll get different things. Used at night, spawn night slimes. Jungle slimes. In snow biome, you get ice slimes and ice cubes. In the dungeon, you get your dungeon slimes. Rain, you get rainbow, or umbrella slimes. Rain in hard mode, you get rainbow. Underground, you get black slimes and mother slimes. So all you gotta do is just throw it. And you can see it's already... We already have enemies. Oh, how did I get a rainbow slime when it's not raining? I mean, I know it's hard mode, but shouldn't it only be when it's raining? Alright, laser gun. And the laser gun homes. I did not realize that. Wow. So that is the party blaster on steroids is what that is. Okay, so I was... It's actually good enough at homing. Wow. I can fire directly this way. And it... That is pretty damn impressive, actually. I like that. I didn't realize the rainbow or the laser gun was that nice. Rune staff. Magic weapon you don't even need to use the mana potions with. As long as you have enemies around it, it wrecks space is what it does. Radiant blade. Yep, there we go. You can see it's actually healing me with every hit, even though I have full life. Yeah, this is why I wanted to wait towards the end, because this thing won't stop for 5 minutes. There's pretty much no way to stop it. What I can do, I guess, is kind of like this. And put the spear traps back in anyway. And let's see, we'll just get a timer, I guess. Let's get a 1 second timer. Put there, turn on. There we go. Take care of things for me. Because they will keep spawning. And there's no, like statues, they hit a mob cap after a while. I think it's like 3 within X amount of blocks, 6 within a further radius, and then 10 in the entire map. More than that, and they quit working. These things don't. That's definitely something to kind of watch out for. And something else is if you're making a farm like this with these, carefully the amount of drops that build up. Terraria gets picky if there's too many and it starts deleting things. Let's see, meteor staff though. Summons a meteor chaser. Cute little guy, isn't it? Here, let's put that there. So, what happens if I summon him in? I can't. Alright, but we go away. Now summon in there. And he won't. So, modded summons won't show up where your cursor is. They come from you, actually. Good to know. Well, this has been the second mod spotlight for Berber's mod, and hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for part 3, which will go over the Logarithm expansion. Until then, have fun!